Well, it has not been a great week to be an English side in the Champions League. You think at how much they dominated the league phase, it's absolutely crazy when you look at it. You look at Arsenal's 100% record coming to an end tonight. You look at Man City's chances of staying in the competition on the brink. You look at Spurs last night, they look like they're going from Champions League football to Championship football. Liverpool, another loss for them. You have to say Arne Slot's under a lot of pressure if he isn't already, if they don't get a result there. And Chelsea obviously beating again the fucking club world champions against the champions of Europe. The champions of Europe ultimately got through, and amazingly, the closest team that came to winning was Newcastle United against Barcelona. An injury time equaliser undone them, and it's really funny actually when you look at it. They're the only English side that finished outside of the top eight in the league phase. I've got the league phase here. Obviously, we got Arsenal. Um, Before the knockout stages, they played eight, won eight, drew none, lost none. Dropping points tonight against Leverkusen. Dropping points, you know what I mean? They drew. Yeah, Liverpool in third, 6 wins and 2 losses. They lost again yesterday. Spurs, amazingly, even with how shite they're doing in the league, they finished fourth in the league phase. It's insane with 5 wins, 2 draws, and a loss before they got absolutely manhandled by Atletico Madrid yesterday. Oh, that was funny. Um, Chelsea in sixth, 5 wins, a draw, and 2 losses. And again, they were kind of put back in their place tonight as well. Man City just about making the top eight. They were looking about Rupe obviously, but they did scrape into the top eight. Amazingly at the expense of Real Madrid, who thrashed them tonight. But yeah, Man City won five, drew one, lost two, and well, it's looking slim for them. And yeah, finally Newcastle in 12th. Hold on, let me scroll down a wee bit here. So they won four, drew two, and lost two. And amazingly, like you're looking at them probably with the hardest fixture in terms of the clubs. They were the closest to winning last night. Just shows you. But we'll jump in there. Let's start with the match most recently in my memory. That's just finished there. Was the Man City and Real Madrid match, and wow. In fairness, they said it a lot in commentary. Man City were getting as heavy favourites, this, that, and the other. And I was thinking, are you having a laugh? Um, Favourites maybe, yeah, but again, I know they're still in the title race, whatever. But I've been very consistent with this. I'm still not really that convinced by them. I know Real Madrid haven't really set the world alight either. But I thought it was very like disrespectful in Real Madrid, powerhouses of the competition, won it more times than anyone else. To just go in there and say, "Oh yeah, Man City are heavy favourites going into this." You take it last year when Arsenal beat them 3-0 at the Emirates all week for the next week. Then all I heard was remontada this, remontada that. Don't discount Real Madrid. And it's almost like a similar story tonight at full time. They're saying, "Oh yeah, the tie isn't over." They were talking about the night fucking Liverpool put out Barcelona after a 3-goal deficit. They're saying Man City can still turn this around. And I'm thinking, like, man, the disrespect to Real Madrid in this instance compared to how much they were being hailed when they played Arsenal was just something really funny and really interesting to me. But in all honesty, it could have been about 5 or 6 tonight. Obviously, Fede Valverde with one of the best hat tricks I have seen in a long, long time. First goal, he takes a past Donnarumma, and it's a really fucking difficult angle, by the way, but he squeezes it in. The second goal, almost like the other side, it comes across, takes a touch with one foot, finishes it with the other low. Donnarumma no chance, and then the pick of the bunch, the third goal. Oh, it's a beautiful ball from was it Brahim Diaz? It just dinked it over. I think it was Diaz. Dinked it over. One touch over Gay, and then just finishes it in the corner. Then, oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was one of the best completions of a hat trick I've seen in a while. Um, and this was all in the first half. Man City were going in at half time, 3-0 down. It was madness. And Man City had their chances as well in the second half. But you have to say Haaland didn't get a whiff. The closest was probably Nico O'Reilly from a mistake from the defence. They just completely switched off. Nico O'Reilly just smashes it. And Courtois as well. They tap it over the bar with his leg. But Haaland didn't get a whiff. I'd be concerned with that as a Man City fan. But I Madrid, as I say, could have been 5 or 6. They did have a penalty, which Vinicius Junior missed fucking annoyingly because I was really enjoying it up until that point. But even in the start of the second half, they came out guns blazing, could have made it 4 straight away. It was Brahim Diaz made a run through, and he sat Mark Gahey down. We're talking about how good Mark Gahey's been since he's come to Man City. Sat him down, and not for the first time tonight. Mark Gahey looked a bit dodgy. Shoots. Donnarumma makes a great save, and then Vinicius Junior's coming in, and Ruben Diaz with an excellent block. In fairness, keeps it from going in the back of the net because that would have been 4-0 tie over if it isn't already. But it's crazy. I was watching that match and I was just like listening to comments. I was looking at obviously you have Dean Howson, fucking Danhausen on one side, Semenyo on the other, and I was looking, I was thinking both these two players were playing for Bournemouth this time last year. It's amazing how football works. Now they're at the Bernabeu in the Champions League knockout stages, playing against one another. In that stage, I thought it was excellent. Um, but yeah, it was fucking mad. And Trent Alexander-Arnold fucking running it back. What a performance he had tonight against Man City too. It was excellent to see. But yeah, all to do in the second half, in the second leg for Man City. It's looking bleak for them. Looking bleak for them. Now I'll go with the other game that I watched tonight. I didn't watch all the matches, but the other one was Leverkusen and Arsenal. And to be honest with you, I was really disappointed with that. Arsenal did not look on it at all. They were sloppy, very slow, making mistakes. Best chance of the first half was Martinelli hitting the crossbar after a great bit of play, which started with a goalkeeper. People talk about how boring Arsenal's football is. Like if that goes in the back of the net, that's one of the great best goals of the night. But unfortunately, it doesn't. And yeah, I thought Gyökeres put himself about. He was drawing fouls. He was drawing a couple of bookings. I thought he played all right, but again, no real clear cut chances for him. But second half, no, you're thinking, right, we'll take that, go on, get in the second half and let's go. No. Straight from the kickoff, Leverkusen were on us and forced a great save from David Raya. Goes to a corner. And yeah, they score from the resulting corner. Like, Eze ends up on the floor. Don't know what the fuck he's doing. Don't know if he fell or what was going on. But I was watching the replay. So what the fuck's he doing on the ground? I don't think Eze had a great performance tonight. But yeah, I was watching as the match went on. Then like Leverkusen were playing very well. They were wasting time. They were down, taking injuries. Fucking defending really, really well and scored from a corner. I was thinking, fuck me, Arsenal are going to get out Arsenal here. I couldn't believe it. Um, but yeah, football has a funny way of writing their own scripts. Kai Havertz comes on um, for Gyökeres, and obviously Saka comes on as well for. No, Saka comes off for Noni Madueke. Madueke changed the game in Arsenal's favour, in my opinion. I thought he was excellent. It wasn't Saka's greatest game tonight. But as I say, football is a great way of writing scripts. Madueke runs into the box. You could argue whether it's a dubious penalty decision or not, but I thought there was contact there. I can see it given. And Kai Havertz against his former club, where he spent 10 years, club that made him, he equalises. And honestly, I was thinking, oh God, why is he hitting this? But honestly, brilliant penalty. I thought he missed it in real time, but then when I watched the replay, sensational. Great stuff. And as an Arsenal fan, you have to kind of take it. Like 1-1 away to Leverkusen is not the worst result. I know they've not been in great form, but they did say tonight that they have the joint best defence in the Bundesliga at home. So you're looking at that and you're thinking, right, well, do you know what? Like, based on where we were walking away with a 1-0 defeat, going to Emirates, going away level, one off game, there we are, back to square one, you take it. Now, the only other match that I watched this week in the Champions League was last night, which I kind of touched on it in yesterday's video, was Spurs getting absolutely manhandled by Atletico Madrid. It was so funny. Oh, man. But yeah, I still don't know what Shooter's doing. I thought throwing that goalkeeper in the firing line, Kimski, him making two mistakes in the opening 15 minutes. They're 3-0 down inside 15 minutes, and then subbing the goalkeeper off and not even acknowledging him. I think Kyle, did they say 22? You think he is? I thought that's a fucking disgrace. That's a horrible man management. And then hearing the comments after, um, to Tudor, oh, do you think you're the man for Spurs to avoid relegation? He went no comment. And then Van de Ven coming out and saying Spurs are in a really dark place. He doesn't even look at his phone. He only talks to his family. Like they're in serious, serious danger. They're in serious danger. They could genuinely go down. It's crazy. But yeah, they were the matches that I watched anyway. But yeah, as I say, the other results across the board for England is like Galatasaray beat Liverpool 1-0, Newcastle 2 with Barcelona 1 each. Fucking great, like, good result. I know it's at home at Newcastle and they have to go to Camp Nou now with it all to do, but like 1-each against Newcastle or against Barcelona, sorry, is nothing to be ashamed of. Say Atletico 5-2 against Spurs. We drew 1-each with Leverkusen. PSG hammered Chelsea tonight 5-2. Really like kind of showed the difference in quality between the two sides there. A repeat of the European Super Cup, fucking Club World Cup final, whatever the fuck. PSG really just fucking put all that to bed. They're still like a step above a lot of teams in the competition, even though they've been kind of like iffy in the league phase. That's 2 years in a row now where they've kind of been like that. But they turn it on in the knockout phase. They could be doing the same again. I say 5-2, very good result at home. And then obviously Real Madrid thinking Man City. Lol. Yeah, and just like that, we switch back over to the league. The title race between City and Arsenal. Arsenal home to Everton, and then Man City away to West Ham. We're fighting relegation. I think two not easy, like guaranteed 3 points for either side. Be interesting to see what happens in that regard. But yeah, it's a bad week in the Champions League to be an English side. Anyway, that's all I'll say. All they do next week for them all. Anyway, folks, pleasure speaking to you. Take care. Bye.